Hi there, my name is Mark Greenwood and this is my video for the Scribblers Festival Fueling Creativity project. I'm an author, I love history, that's my passion. People sometimes wonder, can you blend history with a little bit of mystery? And that's what we're going to be talking to you about today. In fact, I've got a little bit of a challenge in the workbook that you will be seeing soon, and that is to see if some of you could write your own history mystery. So if you're going to write a history mystery, where do you start? Where do you get the spark? I think the spark to write a history mystery can come from lots of different sources. For me personally, it could be a character, a curious character. It could be a place or a time in history. It could be an old photograph. In fact, I used all those elements to create my history mystery, Diamond Jack. I saw a photograph of a plane crash on a beach and I wondered, where was this? Who were the people involved? When I found out about the mysterious disappearance of $30 million worth of diamonds, I had my history mystery. But your history mystery could start from any source. Perhaps you have an object at home on the mantelpiece. This object sits on my mantelpiece at home, and it sat there for a long time, this beautiful thylacine, a Tasmanian tiger, and every time I walked past it I thought, what happened to that incredible misunderstood marsupial? Are they still around? Well, those questions eventually started me thinking about The Last Tiger, my history mystery which delves into whether tigers are still out there. History mysteries can start anywhere. An object, a photograph. In fact, photographs, I have them at home. This one here is an old fella with he looks like he's pushing a barrow. At the bottom of the photograph, very faintly, it says he's on his way to a new rush. Obviously a gold rush. Did he find gold? If he did, where is it? In fact, what I can tell you is with a bit of research, I found out that his name is Russian Jack. And actually what he found is far more valuable than any gold anyone can imagine. So what is the mystery? These are the prompts. I'm hoping that you'll find some history somewhere, perhaps in a book. Great inspiration for research. Read books. Well, my history mysteries are something that I find are so valuable because not only do we learn about information from the past, but we also get to blend it with the power of our imagination. And this is what history mystery writing is all about. So today, perhaps I thought maybe there'll be some steps that I could help you with, some questions that I could ask you in the prompt to start your history mystery. One of them could be to sit down with a piece of paper and think about the answers to a few crucial questions. For instance, if you're going to write a history mystery, where does your history mystery take place? What time in history? Where is it? Who is telling your history mystery? Is it going to be a narrator? Is it going to be a character? And who are the characters in your history mystery? And importantly, think about what actually is the history mystery that you want to write about. Once you've figured out those sort of questions and started to think about some answers, perhaps you could start to think about what happens in your history mystery, and most importantly, why it happens. That means that you could build up a little bit of a timeline. Once you've started to think about your history mystery and give it a little bit of plan, I hope that then you'll turn into a history hunter. A history hunter goes through books gathering evidence and clues so that they can sprinkle them through their stories, like I hope that you will be. But most important, the more that you read about history, the more that you can sort of time travel, because that's what people who write about history are, I reckon. We're time travelers. You could go back in time and kind of like walk undetected in the past, a little bit like a ghost. And as you travel in the past, thinking about your characters and the place in time, if you get close enough, you can almost see the expression in your character's eye. And if you listen carefully in your imagination, perhaps you can hear the tone of a voice. Now, once you've got all these ideas brewing around, have a go. Sit down and write your first draft of a history mystery. It doesn't have to be a novel, it can be a short story, but start, make a start. Now, you've written your history mystery, you've got it there on paper, but what all authors do, including myself and most of my friends that I know, is we do one crucial step after we've written our first draft, and that is to read it out loud. When you read your story out loud, it does some amazing things. First of all, you quickly hear where you stumble over a phrase or a word. Those are the areas that need to be fixed. And remember that when you're reading your story out aloud, what you're hearing is your voice. You want to hear that voice come off the page. Once you've done that, there's one step left. Fix up those mistakes and share your history mystery with a reader. Now that reader could be a friend, it could be a family member. Once you've put your history mystery into the hands of a reader, you've done something incredible. You've published your story. Because virtually that's what it is. Getting stories into the hands of a reader is virtually the answer to what publishing is. So, that's your challenge. I wish you all the best with your history mystery writing for your creative writers special project that Scribblers have put together this year. I wish you all the best, but I'm a little worried. I think that if you follow those steps and answer those questions, some of you might turn out to be our writers of the future. Put me out of a job. But I wish you all the best. Good luck. I love to read your history mystery when it's finished. Thank you very much. My creativity, I think, is fueled by reading. I love reading. If I wasn't a reader, I wouldn't be a writer. But also travel has been an incredible fuel too. Unfortunately, right now I'm unable to do a lot of travel, but going to the place where my stories take place is one of the crucial elements of writing to me. It allows me to walk in the footsteps of my character. So yeah, I'd say reading and traveling. I often tell young people that really we all have ideas, everyone has ideas, and they're all locked up in our minds, and until those ideas come out on paper, they don't really exist or they can't be shared. It's kind of like a sculpture where you've got a block of wood, and then once you start to sculpt it and move the bits around, all of a sudden something starts to emerge from it. So I think writing is a little bit like that. And the process starts with thinking, and I like to think on paper. A lot of my friends see me down the beach, walking along the beach, and they say, I saw you down the beach. And I said, yeah, I was working. And they said, no, you were down the beach, you were walking along the beach. And I said, yeah, I was working. They said, what do you mean? And I said, well, I was thinking, because that's my office. Some people need to go to a place where they can just let their thoughts run free. And I find that going for a walk, and those are the first steps of the writing process, for me anyway, and I think it's different for everyone. But yeah, I like to get away with my thoughts and then come back and think, I need to write these down somewhere. Children who want to have a creative career, especially in writing, I would say read. Reading is like the source of knowledge about writing, and once you're a reader, then the world opens up, and especially to read creatively too. To be a creative reader, we talk about creative writing, but creative readers read with the writer's eye. So they spot language, they spot phrases, they spot how authors bring atmosphere and characters to life. So my advice would be to be a creative reader. If you don't have your incredible Scribblers Creative Project Workbook, you should contact hello@scribblersfestival.com.au. Good luck, happy writing.